recently both Target and American Eagle came out with crochet sweaters. The one from American Eagle is a little bit more. It's like $60.
Yeah.
But these are like sweaters. These are full garments. And I've been crocheting for what, like 5 years? 6 years?
6 years.
And when I first started making, which I pretty much always made crop tops. That's been my thing that I make is crop tops, like from the beginning. When I started, I was charging friends, I think like 40. I don't even know if I was charging them that much to start out with, because I didn't know how much to charge. At this point where I'm at, it takes me the average like crop top, not sweater, like halter top that's literally just like the base and then like the back tie part. To make something like that takes between 2 to 4 hours depending on like how complex the design is. And I only just
That's
now
after 6 years of training.
I know, I'm very fast. I'm very fast at crocheting. I'm skilled. And so like I've put a lot of time and effort into my craft, which is also a factor. But even still, like I charge $60 for, this is the time to stand.
No, water reminder.
It's time to drink water.
Always gotta be reminded about everything. Gotta move, gotta stand, wash your hands,
Yeah.
drink some water.
You haven't washed for 20 seconds. Get back in there. Get back in there.
I'm only just now getting to the point where I am comfortable charging $60 for one of my crop tops in order to pay myself properly for the work that I'm doing. I have to charge that much because the materials, the time that I spent in perfecting my work, the time that I spend into advertising, all of that stuff, like plus combined like the time that it actually takes me to make the garment, $60 is the bare minimum. There is no crochet machine.
No.
That does not exist.
See, people on the Target website are saying that it is machine crocheted, and I'm like,
But it can't be.
There's
can't
not a
be.
crochet machine
so
that
how
doesn't
are they
exist.
making it? It's some kind of.
It's slave labor. It is sub American labor standard wages. So they're literally using people that they're paying less than $1 a day. There's not enough margin because at retail, it's typically a 13% margin
Yeah.
at retail. So if you have a $28 sweater, you think about taking 13% off that. Now you're down to 25. Material. So then it's all based on the labor.
Right.
So and if it takes them 20 hours to do it, to finish a top or, to finish it during the day, there's no way they're even paying $1 an hour.
The amount that I'm charging for my halter top is the same amount that American Eagle is charging for their
sweater.
Full
crochet
sweater.
granny square sweater. When you have a granny square, something made out of granny squares,
Every square has
every
tied in.
square, especially when there's multiple colors, each square can have upwards of like 20 ends.
What does that mean, ends, and what does that mean to weave in the ends?
So when you have a piece of crochet, like say you have a granny square, for example, which is what I'm describing right now. If you have 4 colors, you like do each row like it has a start and it has an end.
Okay.
And so you take your string, you take your yarn, and you have to start it. And so that starting has like a little dangling piece of yarn.
Okay.
And then when you get to the end of that row, if you change colors, you got a dangling piece. And so but then you start a new color, and so you've got another dangling piece, and then that color ends, and then you've got another dangling piece. So for every single like color change that you do in just the granny square alone, and this even the beginning, that produces 2 dangling yarn ends that you then have to pull and like attach, like tie to the top, and then take a needle and sew it manually into the top. With this vest, I put it on the website and people just see the finished product. But people that don't crochet would never understand that this is what it looks like before it's done. And I've even weaved in a lot of these ends already. And it's, you know, it's a small little
It's a
crop
small,
sweater
Yeah.
with no sleeves. But it still took me like upwards of 10 hours. So moral of the story, I mean, I don't think that anyone should buy these crocheted items that they have available, because it encourages them to do that more, which I don't know what Target's ethical labor standards are. They're probably none at all, but I don't know what their labor standards are. And it makes it harder for small business owners that do crochet or knit. It creates an unreasonable expectation in potential customers of what the pricing should look like.
Yeah.
It gives them an expectation of what it should cost, and so they devalue your work.
Oh yeah, I get it all the time on that one TikTok that I made where it was like, someone was like, this is too expensive.
Yeah.
This is outrageously expensive. My
What
prices
goes
are
into it.
actually very
Yeah.
reasonable, and I think
Yeah.
most people do understand that. But it's still like, I see other crochet artists that charge actually like what they should be charging for their work. Like I know of one in particular, she has employees that she like pays.
Has to pay.
And so her top, and she also like includes like chains and like rings and stuff like on her stuff. Sometimes she'll have an item that costs like $300 because like there's the pendant and it's the top and then whatever. And then people complain, but like that's how much she should be charging for something like that, with the chains and the rings and the personalized pendants and the employees that she has to pay and like all of the work that she puts into her business. Like
$300 sounds like she's probably not making anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, because she has to pay people and the cost of whatever the other stuff is.
Right.
It's the bare minimum. Please don't buy commercialized sweatshop crochet.
It's not okay.
I think it's funny because I saw the American Eagle one before I even saw the Target one. And I thought,
see, I haven't seen the American Eagle.
I thought, wow, $60, like that's super low for a crochet sweater. And then Target came out with their crochet sweater for half the price. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw the $60 one.
I have to say that I'm not surprised, just because that's the nature of us as American consumers. We majority look at it and go, oh, I can get this cheaper at this store over here. Oh, I can get this one for $1. Well, you're gonna get $1's worth of item.
Yeah.
And we're so ingrained in that as consumers to say, I'm just gonna look for the cheaper one. And because we're looking at it from a budget standpoint, but when it comes to something that you're wearing, this is something that you're expressing as a part of you and an art form. You have to value it. You have to recognize that.